why excessive worry and doubt are a waste of time and energy. So this is a big thing, right? Because many of us men are pretty guilty of this. I know I have been personally very guilty of this myself. So have you personally ever found yourself stuck in endless worry about a problem, overthinking every possibility of that problem occurring and how it may turn out? Or how about when an opportunity comes knocking on your door and you're doubting yourself and every possibility with your thoughts? You doubt yourself when you have the opportunity to meet a attractive girl that you're interested in. You think that she may not like you or you may not know what to say and it may turn out bad. So the truth is, guys, that excessive worry and doubt doesn't solve problems. They just drain your time, energy, and your confidence. Confidence, yeah, that's a big one. It does drain your confidence. And by the way, as we're talking about this, I'm not only going to go in depth with this, just talking about excessive worry and doubting, but I'm also going to give you some tips and strategies on how to stop this cycle, how to break free from the cycle. Worrying is something that we do to attempt to control uncertainty in the future with. Because we don't trust the unknown, we have to make the future, in a way, we have to try to make the future known to us by thinking about what may happen and preparing for that possibility, or another thing that may happen in regards to a problem and prepare for that possibility. So you're trying to control an outcome in your mind before it actually occurs in a way that's toxic and unhealthy. We often think that worrying is a way to prepare for a problem occurring, but in reality, it doesn't prevent bad things from happening. And it also only makes you suffer in advance. Like, for example, let's say you are someone who has a job and you're anticipating a one-on-one meeting with your boss, your supervisor, and you anticipate in that meeting a argument occurring or something along those lines that's not going to be pleasant for you. And so before this meeting occurs, you are anticipating how bad it's going to go, what your boss is going to say, how painful it's going to feel, and all that. And then you actually do the meeting and you find out it was never as bad as you thought it was going to be. So really, you just wasted a lot of time, mental and emotional energy, anticipating this meeting going horribly, but it didn't turn out that way at all. So instead of stressing over things that might happen, here's the first tip I'll give you. Focus on taking action to solve the problem that is concerning to you and accept uncertainty. Accept the unknown, trust the unknown. Like, let's say you have a date with a girl coming up. You're into her. Let's say you met her on a Monday and you have a date set up for Friday night. And of course, you can't predict if she's actually going to make it. You hope so, but you can't predict if she actually will. You have to wait until Friday comes to see if she shows up. So instead of being guilty of excessively worrying over whether or not this girl you're into is going to show up, accept that she may show up or she may not. And either outcome is okay. That's one way or one example of how you can accept more uncertainty in your day-to-day life. Accepting certain uncertainty is also very freeing, by the way, when you're able to do this. You focus on what you can control, and what you cannot control, you let go of. You just let happen. Excessive doubt, by the way, kills more dreams than failure does. Do you know why? Self-doubt stops you before you even begin. You hesitate because you doubt yourself. You procrastinate because you doubt yourself. You let opportunities slip away from you because you doubt yourself. Most successful people don't succeed because they never had any doubts. They succeeded because they acted despite their doubts. So think about that for a second. Whenever you succeeded at something, you did it in spite of your doubts. Like I know the first time I deadlifted, I personally really enjoy doing heavy weightlifting for my training, for my fitness routine. The first time I ever deadlifted 500 pounds, I remember on the way to that number, I really doubted if I was able to do it, if I was going to be able to do it, because I had failed so many times at getting to that point that I wasn't even sure if it was going to be possible for me. But I did the training routine that I had set up that led to finally being able to pull that number, and I just stuck. I still remember this very vividly, this whole process of leading to 500 pounds. I'm finally getting there. I just stuck with the routine I had set up, and I just went through the process, and it led to my one rep max test day for 500. And I remember on that day, I just said, you know what? I've gotten to this point. Everything has gone well. If I pull it, I pull it. If I don't, I can go again. I can do a new program. I can go again, and I can go again. And then I pulled it, and I remember, wow, that was euphoric doing that. That was pretty incredible because I did it. I took action on something I wanted to solve, and I went through the process in spite of my doubts and of any worries that I had, and then it manifested. I was able to do it. So, whenever you personally have been successful at something, you did it in spite of your doubts. And that's what all successful people do. Every second spent doubting yourself is a second wasted. Every minute spent doubting yourself is a minute wasted. Every day spent doubting yourself is a day wasted. Every week, month, year spent doubting yourself way too much is a week, month, year wasted. Instead of asking, what if I fail? How about you ask yourself, what if I succeed? That's a much better question. Worry drains your energy and lowers productivity. Overthinking keeps your mind stuck in something that I know that a lot of us are guilty of, and that's analysis paralysis, preventing you from making decisions. Yeah, that is a big trap, guys. So doing this physically drains you, definitely for sure, because worry activates your stress response, leading to anxiety, fatigue, and can even manifest worse health problems, in my opinion. And the mental energy spent on excessive worry could be used for problem solving, learning, or improving your life. Most problems that you excessively worry and doubt about, by the way, have solutions. So instead of worrying, instead you can ask yourself about the problem that you have at the front of your attention and ask yourself, is this something I can control? If yes, take action. If no, let it go and focus on what you can control. It's as simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. Doubt and fear shrink when you face them with action. Confidence is built by doing, not by overthinking it. And so I'll repeat that. That is the second tip. Instead of worrying about a problem, ask yourself, is this something I can control? And if yes, take action towards solutions. If no, let it go and focus on what you can control. Choosing action over your anxiety with excessive worrying and doubting is the end all be all of one of the two, I would say, things that you should be aware of when conquering this trap of worry and doubt. Excessive worry and doubt wastes time and energy that could be spent improving yourself, taking risks, and actually living your life, being present in the moment, and doing the best you can, improving yourself every day with what you have in control, what you are in control of. Letting go of overthinking, trusting yourself, and taking action. And not letting worry steal your time, because time is something you can never get back. So all of this leads to, I said taking action is one of the main two things I'd say when it comes to the important things you need to be aware of with avoiding excessive worry and doubt. The second one is just changing your identity with this. Changing your personality with this. Changing your personality from being a man who overthinks problems, overly doubts yourself, overly worries, to someone who doesn't do that. Someone who acknowledges problems that are presented to him. You acknowledge it, you fully understand it, and you then shift your focus to taking action to solving those problems and focusing 90% of your time on the solution. So you're changing your identity to becoming that version of yourself. That is the biggest tip I have for this episode. And that's really the biggest solution for this as well, is changing your personality, thinking of yourself differently when you have something that may be concerning to you, instead of being the old version of yourself where you may excessively be focusing on it, taking the place of a victim. You're looking at it more of a, that's another thing about excessive worrying and doubting. You're choosing to be a victim about something. You're looking at it from the lens of a victim. That's what a victim does. Just focuses on being, oh, poor me, this is all happening. Well, what if this happens? What if that happens? So shift away from that and instead take responsibility for what you choose to focus on. And know that worrying and doubting yourself never really gives you the solutions that you're looking for. You get what you focus on. So you acknowledge it and you focus on solutions for the problem that you have at hand. Changing your identity to becoming a more empowered version of yourself when it comes to facing problems and uncertainty and the unknown. So that wraps up this episode. I kind of went off on some tangents here and there, but hopefully you got some value from this topic. I know that this is a very important topic for men, and I hope you stick around for the next episode. I'll be posting these episodes sporadically. I'm not going to have so much of a schedule at first, but I'm going to do this for a while and see how it goes. And I hope that you get value from this. Thank you.